was staying on developments around the nationwide strike called by the organized labor over the negotiations or the stalemate in the negotiations of the national minimum wage. Let's bring in a correspondent also here in Lagos, Sharon Ijaso. Sharon, again, you have been following, you report labor. And so, first of all, let me get your situation report from where you are, and then what you're also hearing from labor, if they're open to, negotiations whilst the strike is on.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. Right now, as I speak, I'm at the Murtala Muhammed airport here in Lagos, popularly known as MM1. MM2 is also short as we speak. You can see that the workers have actually erected the canopy and they're ready to occupy this space till whenever the federal government is ready to meet with their leaders for further negotiations. For them, this strike action is going to continue until the government gets back on the negotiating table with organized labor. You recall that last night the Senate actually met with organized labor and organized private sector. You would also remember that 60,000 naira was the last amount of money that was proposed by the government. But at the end of the day, the organized labor still insists that they would not collect any amount less than 492,000 thereabouts. Now, the conversation now that we should be having is how realistic is this amount of money, looking at the inflation that Nigeria is actually faced with. It's not just about the federal government, the state government actually paying this amount of money. We also have organized businesses that will actually have to pay workers on a monthly basis. We also know that electricity tariff has increased recently. So the question on the lips of many of the private employers is they themselves have not actually earned that amount to pay themselves after profit. Why would they be paying about 500,000 naira or 600,000 naira for their workers? Not to say that workers do not actually deserve their wage. But when we talk about a minimum wage, we're talking about a barest minimum, not talking about housing, feeding, clothing, transportation. It's the minimum. For those that earn outside that merit, of course, there will now be a consequential adjustment, which there will be further discussion on the percentage that the government will actually add for the workers that might be the senior workers. So it's a robust conversation that the government will still be having.
Absolutely,
with
Sharon. I think, Sharon, perhaps that's the biggest challenge here, the equilibrium between sufficiency and capacity. Sufficiency for the workers and capacity of those who will pay the minimum wage. Continue to stay on that development for us and bring us updates when you have them. Senior correspondent there, Sharon Ijaso, live at the local airports here in Lagos.